Welcome to the Spare Parts Racing Podcast, your podcast for all things motorsports. With your hosts, Sean Chavarella, Stephen Clary, and Taylor Moore.
Hear that music?
Hello and welcome to another episode of Spare Parts Racing. I'm your host, Sean.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Taylor.
And friends, I hope you have nowhere to be tonight urgently because there is a lot that's happened. Well, yeah, we've already wasted
45 minutes.
I mean, a little bit,
Like
yeah.
way too long.
I mean, we've had good chats before we start. You know, it's all part of the fun of getting together.
Yes, but this,
Oh yeah.
but this
we went
time
down
it
the
went.
Titanic route. We went down the musicals route. We went down every route.
Yeah, we definitely took a wild path to get here, but we're here. I think we also talked some Baldur's Gate. You know, again, we took a path to get here, but we are here. And there is quite a bit of racing news to talk about. And I think we should jump into it with the first bit of news that broke today. And that was Marcus Ericsson has broken the dam on the IndyCar silly season.
Woohoo!
And as a result, he has announced that he is going to Andretti Motorsports next year.
Woo! Yay! Clap, 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 clap. That's really exciting for him. Also, can we just acknowledge how great it is that something broke before we recorded? Because it always happens that it breaks after we record.
Yeah, like
It's
on
most
Monday where we broke something broke before we recorded. Remember that? Yep.
Yep, everything breaks.
Yeah,
before we
okay.
record.
Everything breaks. But anyway, good for Marcus Ericsson. So he's done being a
Bring
paid
money?
driver,
Oh, he's
whatever.
going to be paid?
Yes, he's going to be paid. He's finally going to be paid.
Yes. So
So here's my question though. He's going to an Andretti. Is someone leaving Andretti?
So currently, and here's how your silly season breaks out for Andretti. Herta is confirmed. Kirkwood is confirmed. Ericsson's confirmed. And you have one extra spot open there. So I
Okay.
want to know how you're going to feel, Taylor, when Marcus Ericsson is at Andretti and Romain Grosjean's driving a pace car somewhere.
Oh, I get it. I don't know. I'm not a diehard Grosjean fan. I just always choose him because I hope for his seasons, but he just had a really bad one. So I get if Andretti doesn't go for him, but who else is there? DeFrancesco?
Rumors are David Malukas, Felix Rosenqvist,
Oh, Malukas.
and Callum Ilott.
All good options.
Yeah.
All good options. It's tough competition out there, but who knows? He could end up somewhere else next season. Now that the dam has broken, we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I have no prediction, honestly. This is the first thing that happened silly season, and IndyCar is so wide open with, like, the only team that's confirmed for next year is Penske with their guys. Ganassi only has Scott Dixon confirmed.
Though you can probably figure our Armstrong will be back after the season he's had.
That would make sense. McLaren, still only Rossi and Pato. There's a third open spot there. It's hilarious in every single rumor thing, because there's a great chart, actually, on the IndyCar subreddit of, like, silly season breakdown someone made. Every single has, like, rumor for open seat has Ilott there, which would be surprised, but yeah, it's very interesting with the IndyCar silly season. But yeah, I think good for Ericsson. You know, guy from F1.
He deserves it.
He does, right?
Yeah, he really does deserve it.
Won Indy 500.
The way he's driven,
Came
yeah.
second. Yeah.
Should have probably won a second.
No,
So
I stand by that.
to some should have won a second.
I also stand by that he should have won.
So there you go.
Fine. 2 versus 1, fine. But yeah, yay for Marcus Ericsson.
Yay!
Now, moving on from that, nice news that came through today. Last week, an interesting, I guess, article, news kind of thing came out involving, I think is it the 2028 Olympics, where they're thinking of adding motorsports into the Olympics.
Right.
boys.
Yes.
Now, this is something that I think would be a really fun thing to discuss, and I want your guys' opinion on motorsports in the Olympics.
Okay. The only thing about motorsports being in the Olympics is I feel like it could be difficult to organize with everything else that's going on in whatever city the 2028 Olympics are going to be in.
Agreed?
Like, where is it? Paris?
Nope, that's next year.
Is it LA?
That's next year? Okay, so
It's in LA.
Ooh.
Take them to the Coliseum.
okay.
You know,
NASCAR drivers get a huge advantage.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like, I don't really know how I feel other than like I see why there would be draw for it to be in the Olympics because it is a sport, right? Like
It's
it's not
physical.
just driving cars around, like it's very physical. I just feel like it would be really difficult to possibly market as well as organize in a way that makes sense. Because like, and also like, okay, you're adding motorsport, but what is that going to be? Like, what does that look like? Is it going to be an F1 car? Is it going to be IndyCar? Is it going to be a NASCAR? So like, are you going to have all three? Are you going to have stock cars? Are you going to have like sports cars? What's it going to be?
hold that thought. I want your initial thoughts on the idea of bringing motorsports. Then I want to talk to you guys about how you would do it if you were to do it. So, Taylor, you bring up a good point, though. It is a very difficult thing to do for the Olympics.
Very difficult. And I think that's probably why I'm like, I don't necessarily think it's a good idea.
On the flip side, sailing is a fucking Olympic sport,
Mm-hmm.
which is motorsports on water, essentially. Right?
Little
It's
different.
not
I
the
mean-
car boats, but like sailing. Again,
Yes.
for the assholes out there that go, well, the car does all the work. Okay.
Well, the boat does all the work.
If you really want to get fucking into the nitty gritty, all the equestrian events, the damn horse does all the work. I don't see them getting the medal. It's always
Doesn't get a medal.
exactly.
It's bullshit. At least give one of the horses a medal. I don't care if you just
Yeah.
give the gold to the horse.
I think a motorsports at the Olympics would be great. I think it'd be fun. It would be amazing to see drivers compete from every single motorsport category. But the question is, I agree, how to do it and how to make it fair.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Like I guess it would be similar to what they do for like sprint or whatever, track and field, right? Where you have kind of like the different events that people run in. So you could enter and like run in different events. So like maybe it's like a stock car event, maybe it's a sports car event, maybe it's like a I don't know, like a 1600 event or something like that. And then you have different kind of classes that people and like you can either like enter in your own event and that be it, or you can do multiple events. Like I don't know how that would work. I mean, it would be kind of cool to have like maybe MotoGP as an event because those guys are insane. But maybe that's an interesting way to do it.
My question is like, for the big thing when it comes to like motorsports, the Olympics, it'd be, how do you make it fair? Because we all know
Yes.
resources and vehicles are all different. You have different tuning, different setups, all that, yada, yada. How do you make it fair? Do you have everyone in go-karts? Do you put everyone in like, say, okay, we're all going to drive a shitty ass, like, Porsche?
Everyone gets a 1999 Honda Civic.
I would watch
but think
that.
I
That'd be
would.
great.
If you put everybody in a spec car, though, right? Like, it has to all have the same specs.
I think it has to be a spec series.
Hmm?
I think you'd have to have it a spec series.
I think that would be the only way to make it as fair as possible and like as even as possible across the board. It couldn't be something like an F1 car where development is like a massive question and definitely like plays into how good the team is going into the next season.
I think it has
But
to be
there's so many
spec.
different spec series.
I think it has to be a spec car that you don't know what it is until you show up and drive it.
But how
I
do you
think,
know you can actually drive that car though?
like what? That's what I mean. You get the
know.
best
I
drivers
mean,
in
like-
the world, and you say you guys are all racing this. It's a fucking 3-wheeled dune buggy or something. And it's like, okay, you got one practice session.
No. It's a
Have at it.
3-wheeled bubble car. Have you guys seen those?
God.
Oh my god, yes. Why would that not be the greatest? That'd be the greatest thing ever, would it not?
I could totally see one of those like motorcycle drivers just like absolutely destroying a 3-wheeled bubble car.
Also, would it be a team sport or individual? Are you going for your country, or is it all individual, but you can like sweep the podium with your country?
Okay,
that-
if you race motorcycles with sidecars, it could be a team sport.
If you do, well, if it's endurance, and you can have 2 drivers in one car.
I feel like there are a lot of different ways that this could go.
I
And like
think-
this could be planned.
I think they should actually do it. Yes, there's the caveman side of me who's like, always have said, well, why can't, like, racing be in the Olympics or some shit like that? But again, it's physical. It's popular in the world.
It requires skill.
Yeah. It requires skill and precision.
You have to be very physically fit.
Yep. So why not?
Well, why not? If ping pong's in the Olympics, why can't motorsports be?
Okay, that's an insult to ping pong. I was gonna say
That
shooting.
is.
If you could have shooting in the Olympics,
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
or equestrian events.
Ping pong is also very physical, but it's also an example of a sport that people don't take seriously.
If you put
As
pickleball
a
in the
sport.
Olympics, then we can actually have that talk. I think that's bullshit,
Pickleball
but
is a sport.
for geriatrics.
Okay, so
Mhm.
there could be 20-something-year-olds playing aggressive competition pickleball. You don't
It
know.
exists. There's like a pickleball league. It's really weird.
Of course there is. Okay, if
Yeah.
they put Quidditch in the Olympics,
That's also
that's
yep.
when.
Or it's ultimate frisbee's not in the Olympics either, is it?
I don't think so. No.
No.
Oh, I
I
think
don't
it's been
think so.
tabled to possibly
Oh.
be there.
I'll put,
What about disc golf?
No, that's definitely not there yet.
put it all
Excuse
in.
me, does everybody remember the disc golf episode of Zoe 101, or was the only person on the show that watched that?
You'll
Yep,
have to make-
okay.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Moving on from that though. Okay, so you are in charge of the Olympic Racing League or something. How do you do it? What would your plan be for racing the Olympics?
I would like to see it almost done like
No, this is exactly your plan. Give it exactly how you would want it to be done.
Yeah. and that's what I mean. Like I would like it to be like a track and field or swimming setup where you can have your individuals and it's just you race in heats of however many you want to do. Try and make it as equal as possible, but you can do a world ranking to try and give people the advantages, like if you get the preferable lane or wherever to start from, you can do it that way. And then you have your different disciplines of sprints, endurance, where the endurance can be a little more relayed. That would be, I think, the optimal setup. You have a baseline of racing in the Olympics. You may as well use that template. Right? The problem will be which cars do you use for each event? Right? That's going to be the biggest thing. Like, do you have to bring your own engine from a supplier in your country?
No, I think you have a sponsor for the event. You'd have to
Okay.
bring
Yes,
everything.
yeah,
works
you would
everything.
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe not have Pirelli tires as your sponsor for the tires.
Hell no.
But yeah, so you'd have to spec as much as you can. So the tires, gas, engines. How much time so is it like the other thing you'd have to take into account is like the coaching side or the I guess team principal side. Is that it has to be someone from your country? Like Gavin Ward would have to be the Canadian guy sort of thing?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, because in that case, like that would be
Like for example,
an
when it comes to
interesting way of
like
how that work.
other team sports or in
Exactly.
like gymnastics or something, your coach isn't always from your country. Your coach is your coach.
Yeah.
They don't get a
Yes.
medal. Coaches don't
Yeah.
get shit. It's only the players.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's a couple things you'd have to iron out, but I mean, as long as you spec the series out, set the distances and how you're gonna rank them, you just run individual and relay events. That's the easiest way to do this
Okay.
without overcomplicating it.
I think you run one big race of like a car field of like 40 people. Okay. Okay, so Olympics is in Miami. Fine. We're going up to Sonoma. We're going to have, 40 cars racing at Sonoma. The top 40 drivers all over the world. You're all racing a fucking Miata. MX5
X5 Cup.
Let's go. All racing that.
Yes.
You get 1 hour practice session.
One shot
Okay.
qualifying.
You get 5 sets of tires. 1
Okay.
hour practice session, not one shot qualifying.
Oh, I have the best idea.
You have Q1, Q2, half the field in one, half the field in the other. Top 10 move on, another one for the top 20 to go on, and then top 10. That's your qualifying. Keeps it as fair as possible, and you get ranked based on how you do in that session. And you go kind of like IndyCar qualifying, basically. Good way, because you can't go out and do like individual hot laps.
Yeah.
If
fair.
that's the case, you're fucked.
If you're doing 40,
Mhm.
Yeah.
because it's 20 countries if you do a two-man or
Oh,
two entry
and like,
limit
what
per
if
team.
you go last and guy goes first? Track's all rubbered in. 40 other guys are rubbered
Yeah.
in. So.
Yep.
And yeah. So
That's fair.
You still get 5 tires, so you can get enough for basically 2 in practice 1, 2 in the race, and 1 for qualifying. Every time you advance, you get a free set of tires for the next round, and you have to get them back after. Solves that. Race,
Okay.
6-hour race.
Ooh.
Actually, no.
Okay.
I don't think the fucking Miatas could run 6 hours.
Mm.
No. 2-hour race. That's it.
Yeah, I think that's a good length.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
you'd have 1 pit stop in there, I think, if you had to fill it with fuel.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah. And you would run it then. It's just 1 race.
Okay.
Top 3, podium, 1, 2, 3. That's your gold, silver, bronze.
I like it. I like it.
Mm.
That's like both of you have really good ideas.
Oh, and all the
Okay.
Miatas can be like done by like country. So like each one, like how countries have their own design, like
Oh.
bobsleds and like sailboats and shit, and
Yeah.
Mhm,
it's all like a
mhm.
uniform. Yeah. So each team, each country has its own.
Like country livery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All right.
So you could get theoretically British Racing Green on the British team,
Ooh. With a Union Jack down the middle.
and then
Oh.
Lance Stroll just glares over the entire race.
In
Or-
his
well,
like
not
Canadian
Lan-
flag.
Actually, yeah, no, Lance wouldn't do it. Lawrence would just sit there. I'm gonna sue these fuckers. I just don't like
Yeah.
the color. Lawrence, it's not your color. It's my color.
Now, if we were to have
Okay.
Olympic racing, who would be your favorites going in?
First off, excuse me. Hello.
Oh, you're
I
right,
still
you
have the
even done.
best idea.
Sorry. Go ahead. Yes. Go right ahead. Sim
I mean,
racing.
it's not really the best idea because you guys had really great ideas, so I'm just going to throw one out there that's absolutely ridiculous,
I'm here for it.
but funny to picture.
Street racing.
Do you guys know what a Reliant Robin looks like?
Keska fuck?
Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, so
Reliant
for
Robin?
look it up. Look it up what the Reliant
Oh,
Robin
it's
is.
it's the Mr. Bean car.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, it has 3 wheels.
Yeah, the Mr. Bean car.
I would love
say,
that.
I say that everybody has to drive one of these, and whoever rolls it over less wins. It'll
then
be
you-
ranked by who rolls it over less.
No,
Because
then
it's
at the end of the
it's
race,
terrible.
all the remaining cars drive down the straight. Say it's Sonoma, they drive down the straight, and then you make a gymnastic event. How many rollovers can you get?
Oh, it becomes a synchronized rollover event.
Oh, that would.
It
be
is
Ooh.
by far the funniest car I've ever seen. And when you have time, go watch the Top Gear clip of Jeremy Clarkson driving a Reliant Robin around a town in England. It is hilarious.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, back to my question. Taylor, I love the idea. It's great. And I think we've all kind of hit some fun things for this.
Yes.
What nation would be the favorites going in for your gold, silver, bronze? If it's a team event or individual, who are your favorites?
I feel like we would have to decide which. Okay, so for the premise of this, let's say you're running the Miata idea just to keep it, because I feel like the different car, like if all of a sudden they're racing like IndyCar spec and it's a rotation through IndyCar spec, obviously the IndyCar guys have an advantage. I'm giving it to like an American team or the Kiwis.
Yeah.
So, but in the Miatas, you might still have to give it to the States.
You want to go
would
Brits?
say-
Maybe
I
the
would go
Brits.
Brits.
Get Hamilton in there, Russell, Norris. Like that's a pretty good fucking lineup right there.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like the NASCAR guys, it might be a little more in line with their driving style. And if it's
Ooh.
Sonoma, the Brits don't drive Sonoma.
True. Well then,
So-
True.
okay.
True.
Who's a Brit? Is Callum Isla then your sneaky Brit then?
Yeah,
Yes.
You know?
Jack Harvey.
Yeah, Harvey. Yeah, well, let's maybe not talk about that one.
No.
I would say that there are some Canadian drivers who I think would be good favorites.
Who the fuck?
I'm not taking the Canadians. Hell no.
What? You don't believe in Lance Stroll?
No.
Doesn't even make
Because
my
let's
team.
be real, it'd be Stroll.
No, Matt Clark.
Oh, true. He's old enough to be in the Olympics, so why not?
True.
There's some really good Canadian drivers who I think would do really well.
There's good up and coming Canadians. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me the Canadians in like
2028?
2032.
Or 2028 when the Olympics are.
No, 2032. Because then he'll be like peak form. He'll be like 27 by that point.
Yeah. Like if we were doing it right now, I'd definitely say Spain would be a hot contender.
Spain would be good.
Alonso, Pillow, Sainz. Ooh, that'd be a good team now. But in like 6 years,
Yeah.
that'd be a tough one.
Yeah.
It would
Well, I
be a
think-
tough one, but I would still put my money on the Brits.
Yeah, I would too. They'd be the favorite.
Yeah. Again, or the Americans. It depends on where the race is and how they're racing it.
That's true.
It would depend on so many
No.
factors.
Let's go to Long Beach
But-
for the race.
I
That's not
still
like you
think
could
it would
do
be
it at Long
fun
Beach.
though.
Yep.
I think though, like one of the things is that it couldn't be a car that anybody has like professional experience driving in. I feel like to make it completely fair, it would have to be something a little outside of the box.
Put them all in the Formula E's.
Put them all in something
Or
that's, like,
Reliant
ancient.
Robbins.
Or get IMSA to run it.
Why IMSA?
A bunch of guys already go over there to drive like 24-hour shit.
True. A lot of, I mean,
Use one of like the IMSA, like not obviously not the hypercars, but like one of the GTs. Pick a
Ooh.
car
LMP2 class. That's it.
or
yeah.
we will eliminate LMP2 from the IMSA championship. It's purely an Olympic / World Cup car.
There we go.
Problem
We solved it.
solved.
We solved it. This is great.
We saw.
A plus.
Somebody
They're
put us
fucking,
on
they're
the
fucking
Olympic
useless
planning committee.
on the IMSA track anyways, so fuck it.
Now speaking of solving problems, this weekend was NASCAR at Watkins Glen. Friends, did you guys watch this race at all or see anything about it?
When I was trying to not fall asleep, yes, I did watch it.
I was at the track, so no.
Fair enough. Well, Taylor, you missed
Nothing.
what some people are saying is the most recent boringest NASCAR race.
I watched the highlights. I know Byron won.
Yeah, he did, which was good for some people. Chase Elliott shot himself. in the
Oh
foot.
yeah.
Yep.
Isn't he like firing his, or like people are
No,
trying to like
he's
call
not
for his
fu-
firing?
No.
Well, okay,
no.
put a pin in that. I do have a discussion based on that. But yes,
Okay.
Chase Elliott ran out of gas
Yeah.
and
That's
caused
bad.
the only caution in that race.
Wasn't there an early one
Nope.
for
If it-
Suarez? Or no,
nope.
he spun, but not.
If it
caution.
wasn't for Chase Elliott's running out of fuel, that would have been the first NASCAR race, I think, since 03 or 02 that ran without a caution.
Wow.
That's actually an awesome stat. I really love the stages without caution brakes.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Me too.
And you get good
Me too.
racing. It's good strategy. Yes,
We love good
fuel
racing.
mileage is an issue you should have to worry about, Chase. You can't just forget about it. Like, definitely that's what they
Yeah.
did. It's like,
Well, it sounded like they had a strategy and they just completely. So there's the double fuel cell, where
Mhm.
basically you can drain 2 tanks at once, or you can flip a switch and just drain 1 tank. So it's just adjusting fuel burn for performance, right? And it sounds like he didn't either flip it on or flipped it on at the wrong time, because he was basically, they were like, yeah, we got 1 more lap. Shit, we're 2 miles short.
Yeah.
Because it was where turn 2 that he died, and they were calling him in that.
yeah.
So they flipped the switch too late or too early.
Mhm.
It sounded like. So
Yeah, they blew it on that one.
Yeah.
But then that's the whole beauty of these races now, is you have these extra strategy calls. Crews are under more pressure because cautions don't artificially bring you back into it.
well, and so part of why they blew it as well is the fact that qualifying wise, he was what, 14th,
Yeah, wasn't good.
right? Yeah, like it was just a bad weekend in terms of execution overall for both him and actually Suarez and McDowell. Like the 3 guys that looked amazing last weekend was like, oh, we could have 2 new winners on 2 road courses going into Daytona. Yeah, they all fucked off right after.
Amazingly, a guy who actually had a good performance was Bubba Wallace, who historically is trash on road courses. Like he's getting close to locking himself in there.
It's still out of his hands, which is the tough part.
Yeah. It's again, you have to hope you get it right, or someone else that's already won one. But yeah,
But it's Daytona.
Which he has a good chance of winning itself.
Yes. But it's Daytona.
Yes. And
If you're betting, or if you're relying fully on how you do at Daytona, that's a bad plan.
True. What's the worst plan? Running out of fuel or betting on Daytona?
Running out of fuel
Yeah.
when on a track you run well at.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
because betting on Daytona, it could still go right. Running out of fuel, it's wrong
Oh, like
regardless.
Chase Elliott completely shot himself in the foot.
Yeah.
I've been saying this for the last month, Steven. He ain't making it.
There is still a
It's true.
No.
No, stop.
He gets taken
That
out.
is called
It's
delusion.
Daytona. There's a chance.
And that is what we call a sprinkle of delusion.
Sounds like a Ferrari fan.
Yep, a little bit.
I know. I would know. I would know what delusion looks like.
So, are you in one of those, Steven, that's call for Gustafson to get fired?
No, fuck no.
No? You don't think so?
No.
Hasn't he made it just happens, and like he has such a good track record. Like people are just upset that he ran out of gas. Like I don't get it. I don't understand why people are so upset.
Well, so again, I don't know if they fully pinpointed where the issue was. This could be a Chase fuck up, right?
it
Like
could be.
if it was, all right, you got to throw the switch when I say, well, I already threw it like a lap ago. Well, fuck.
It's
So
possible it could have been his fault.
again, I think more of the fault lies with the fact that they had to rely on a gas strategy when this is one of when, as we talked about last week, this is one of Chase's best tracks, especially the last couple of years.
Yeah.
The fact that he qualifies 14th to start is a problem. Running out of gas
Yeah.
is another problem. It's just bad. Again, it's just bad execution the entire weekend.
I mean, there was one tweet that was like, went over Alan Gustafson's entire, like, career so far. And it's
Yeah,
like,
I saw that one.
yeah, it's like you have Kyle Busch, Mark Martin, Jeff Gordon, Chase Elliott, and all you have is 38 wins and only 1 championship. Like, really? That's all you've done?
That is a little rough.
Okay, no. But to be fair, you had Kyle Busch at the beginning of his career. He was a rookie.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. Is when did you have each of them? Because
You had Mark Martin at the end of his career when he was out the door, essentially. Jeff Gordon at the end of his career. You've raised Chase Elliott essentially from the beginning of his career to where he is now, and you now have him in your prime. And yeah, you got a championship out of that.
Yeah.
Not to mention all the time when you had maybe Gordon beginning the tail end of his career, you were getting slapped by Jimmy Johnson every other week.
Yeah.
Like, people forget how
Yeah.
good Johnson was back then. And, you know, that's still your team car, but that was also a great team with Knaus and Johnson. So I don't really blame Alan Gustafson. Like, I think once his last winless season was 2016-17.
So it's been quite a few years.
Yeah. I don't think it's his fault. Hey, you made a call. You had to go for it because you put yourself in that situation.
Exactly.
And it
Yeah.
bit you in the ass.
Yep. And
And
again,
these things happen.
does.
there are also and if you want to go back even further, Chase Elliott isn't snowboarding and isn't missing 6 races. He doesn't get suspended and miss a race. There's 7 races with 0 points. That is not on Gustafson.
No.
So
Yeah. I mean, it's part of racing though. Like, you have a strategy, sometimes it doesn't pan out. It doesn't mean that you need to get fired for it.
Elliott will win in the playoffs. I guarantee it, but he's not going to make the playoffs.
Yes.
I wouldn't
Correct.
be surprised with that either.
Yeah. So he'll win at the Roval of all things.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So that was also one of his best drives ever, was when he won at the Roval after putting it in the barriers. Yeah. Also one of the best celebrations of all time.
Yeah.
So now we go on to Daytona. Final race of the season.
Which is crazy.
Simple question. Who makes it in the playoffs?
Who's at the tail end here?
So let's go over who the players are, because Harvick locked himself in, or got locked in. Keselowski got locked in on points. Right. So you have this is all for one spot. You have Bubba Wallace, Ty Gibbs, Daniel Suarez, AJ Allmendinger, and I guess maybe Alex Bowman and Chase Elliott, depending on how far down the list you want to go.
You have a quarter of the field who it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
You have, or maybe a third of the field.
Well, but that's the tough thing. Like, how do you not say, well, there's a chance someone could win here?
There's a chance anyone could win there.
Exactly. There's a chance that we could get another McDowell ending where the top 2 wreck out, and some, like Harrison Burton, who hasn't been a factor all year, comes out of nowhere and wins and is in.
Yes.
So, which would be fucking hilarious. I'd feel bad for Bubba, but that'd be fucking hilarious.
My bet is someone not in the playoffs wins.
So you think?
Okay.
So you're just basically taking the field.
I will take the field. You know what'd be even funnier? Alex Bowman wins.
Yeah.
Fucking Corey LaJoie comes out of nowhere. Like, anyone like that. Like, there's so many guys that could win.
Yeah.
And it's way more fun if someone doesn't. Or Bubba wins and gets himself in, even though he could probably get in on points if someone else wins. So.
Yeah. Well, so he's got, what's his point difference? I hate how you have to do this shit. It's like what, 30 something points over Gibbs. So like anybody not in the playoffs basically has to race for a win.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Chase is 100 points out. So basically, if you're not in the 4 leading up to Bubba, you're more than 100 points out.
Yeah.
You need a win.
You do. You need a win. And
only actually, yeah. So basically, Gibbs or Suarez is you can get it on points, but you need to do really well and hope Bubba fucked off to the back of the field, crash, mechanical, whatever.
Something horrible happens.
Yeah, everybody else outside the playoffs is win.
Okay, who do I want to bet on here? Okay, put some money on Bowman.
Cindric.
Iago Cindric. That's
He hasn't really been great this year.
No, he hasn't. But yeah, that's good. Corey LaJoy for sure. Okay, McDowell.
Good picks. Yeah, why not?
Have fun with it.
Ty Dillon. Why not?
Interesting. Let's go with it.
I don't. He'd be a long odds.
Plus 25,000.
Yep. Or $1 get $250.
I'll put $1 on him and JJ Yeley.
Yep. It's Daytona. Who knows what's going to
Exactly.
happen? It's the fun part.
It's all right. Next week we'll know that none of Sean's bets actually panned out,
No.
and someone in the playoffs won.
Yeah, Bubba Wallace.
Okay. Is that all we got for NASCAR?
Sneaky bet I'm actually going to place for the NASCAR. Josh Berry.
Oh, there you go.
That'd be so funny. Josh Berry wins and denies Chase Elliott. Oh my god.
The guy who's backed up like 3 drivers this year.
Oh, that'd be so much fun. But
2 of them being Hendrick, knocks out 2 Hendrick cars. That'd be hilarious.
Give me the seat. But yeah. But I guess another I guess the only real title fight happening in the world right now is Felipe Massa still fighting for that 2008 championship. Did you guys see this one?
Yep.
I heard about it. I didn't see it, but Mans has got to give up.
He should not fucking win. If he wins this, that is a travesty.
Again, we said this when it first came out. If you overturn this one, you open Pandora's box, everything gets challenged.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And before anyone says it, Lewis Hamilton, in that case, is still at best at 7, if not 6 championships.
Still 7.
Either way, he doesn't pass Schumacher. Fuck off.
Yeah, and we can take Schumacher's away then.
Exactly.
Because he
there's a lot that
there's a lot that away. We can take Prost away,
like how many are you going to take away?
Yeah.
Everything's made up and the points don't matter anyways.
Yeah, it's a fucking competition. I know you want to stay relevant, Massa,
but go away.
Yeah,
also.
It's stupid, right?
Like get over it.
Nothing good comes out of it. Except what? You get the recognition that, oh, I'm a champion. Cool. Guess what? It doesn't help. Your contract or your paycheck. You can sign stuff as 2008 world champion. Like, what do you actually get? I think that he wants some money out of it, and that's part of the legal fight. But it's
been 15 years.
In Azkaban. Sorry.
But come on.
Yeah. Get over it. Go to therapy. Honestly, spend your money on.
I'm mad about this.
Yeah, if you still can't let this go, spend the money on a legal fight and go to therapy instead. They might help you more.
But what a waste of everybody's time. You're fighting something that happened 15 years ago. If you were that upset about it, you maybe someone could have seen this a legal action 15 years ago. But really?
Yeah.
And nobody wants this. Come on, nobody wants this. Except for Massa.
Okay, let's go down this path. Okay, Massa, you get your championship overturned. Good for you. Then all of a sudden, knock, knock, knock. Lewis Hamilton there. Hi. Me here. I want my 2020 championship back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and while you're at it, I also want
2021.
No, 2022. I want that championship.
Cost cap?
Yep, they broke the rules because they went over the cap.
Yeah.
Give me championship number 8, please, or 9 in that case.
It would be a massive.
Or who knows, because someone could find a problem somewhere else.
If you really want to get to the nitty gritty, Jos Verstappen should be outside this courthouse, just waiting to take out Massa. It's shut up, you're gonna ruin everything.
The thing is, though, it's they're with throughout the history of F1 in particular, there are so many controversial wins for championships.
Yes.
That could be examined. And I'm do you really want to drag all of that up? Like Schumacher can't even speak for himself for some of the incidents that happened that granted him championships. And his condition is, unknown.
Yeah.
But like what a waste of Hamilton's time. Like I'm sure he does not want to have to show up in court for something that happened 15 years ago. He's
No.
probably forgotten about it at this point.
But yeah.
Just end it quickly, please.
No, it's okay. We got more legal things to talk about. Because McLaren is suing
fuck's
Alex.
sakes.
McLaren's suing Alex Palou now.
Yeah, I saw that coming. I was
Yeah.
waiting for that.
Do you guys see, like?
There's
yeah.
no way that Zach Brown was gonna roll over with that one.
I really hope
Because he's
McLaren
a-
gets fucked on this one, though.
So do I. That's what you get, Zach Brown, for being a little shady bum.
Yeah. So, did you guys see also Will Power's take on it?
No.
He's
What
like,
did we
No.
do?
he's like, I don't think Palou should even should even have a contract at this point.
Nice.
Because yeah, so that's a spicy comment, really. Basically,
That is
this
a
guy, this
very
guy shouldn't be
spicy
racing
comment.
for anyone because obviously can't keep a contract.
Yeah.
But my God, like,
I don't think that that's the problem. It's not keeping the contract. He just doesn't want it.
yeah,
He's getting contracts. He can keep the contracts.
again, if his contract has an out for like an F1 seat, and he ends up in an F1 seat, then
Mm-hmm.
I this legal challenge could bring silly season based to a close fast of saying, yep, he's in this car, yep, this is all that's been
Yeah.
arranged. Suck it, Zach.
Mm-hmm.
Which is really how I want this to go.
I really want it to go like that too.
As you wear an Arrow McLaren shirt.
I support Arrow McLaren. I don't support McLaren F1. There is a difference.
There you go.
Zach Brown is a part of both, though.
I know, but I like Sam Schmidt.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So, there's that legal fight. Yeah, we might as well go
other?
three for three on legal things.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Max Verstappen might get also in trouble for his
Oh, right.
dumbass video of him speeding.
Oh, for him,
in
like,
the-
joyriding?
or just riding the Aston Martin Valkyrie. It's like things he was doing illegally. He was speeding. He's wearing a headset, which you're not allowed to do, but which is illegal apparently in Netherlands.
Yes.
But to drive that car, they give you like a airplane style headset so you can talk in the car because it's that loud. He also was like touching the dash as he went, which is also apparently a no-no. So like, yeah. Rule 1,
Okay,
don't
well,
film
if you're
yourself
gonna do-
doing stupid shit.
Exactly. If you're going to be dumb, don't film it.
Exactly. I feel like we all learned that at a really young age.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Ah, kids these days. No one's gonna jump on that one? Okay.
Nope.
But yeah. So is Max
Couldn't-
Verstappen going to be the first champion from prison?
Maybe. I don't think he's going to go to prison. He'll probably just get heavily fined
I know. It'd be more fun if he went to prison. Just to say he won from jail.
if anything comes of it.
Yeah, definitely not. He'll have to sign a nice check probably,
True,
but
true.
that's all he wrote for that
Yeah.
one. Anyway.
Yeah.
A couple final
Okay.
things. Or you got to have something else, Steve, on that? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, considering he's basically already got this championship wound up, I don't think that'll be a problem paying off that fine.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh,
And if
until
it
he
was-
gets
it was-
challenged for some of the legal
Yeah.
bullshit.
It was in Holland as well that he got caught.
I think that's where it was, yeah.
Oh, the authorities aren't even gonna fucking charge him then.
Just
So
get a selfie.
no, nobody's gonna pay. Selfie and couple signed pieces of merchandise. Show up to my kid's school, maybe. Problem
Yep.
solved.
There you go.
God, I
That's-
wish I could be that douche. Hey, Max.
Thanks,
come
Judd.
here.
Hello, my name is Max. I'm here because I was told to be.
But yeah. That's how that's going. In fun things, did you guys see last week? What was it? The Colton Herta, his throwback car was announced. It looked like his dad's one.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks cool.
I thought that was cool. It had a lot of people online calling for like IndyCar needs a throwback race to get old liveries and old looked cars out. You know, there's really
that would be
not
fun.
that many. That would be fun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think IndyCar should get a throwback race, and where would you put it on the schedule?
Yes, I do think it should get a throwback race. And where I would put it on the schedule? Would it be an addition to its current schedule?
I will let that be up to you. Do you want it to be additional race, and you can say this track as a throwback, or one that already exists? Not everyone jumping at once. Okay, go ahead.
I'm thinking.
I know.
Make it for the second Indy GP race as long as we're keeping it. One of the oldest tracks. That's your retro.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good one.
Or bring back Michigan Oval
as your retro.
And make that a retro race.
I like that idea.
If it gets Michigan back on the map, whatever idea it is, I'm down for it. That's
Fair.
a big thing.
I think it has to be a historic track.
Exactly.
Yeah, true. I think Indy GP is a good idea. I like the Michigan idea too. I'm just gonna hop on the support for those ideas.
Put it at where Colton Herta's throwback's going to be. That's Laguna Seca.
Yeah.
Going forward, because it's not going to be the finale anymore. That's moving to Nashville, right?
Right.
So if Laguna Seca becomes a little earlier in the calendar, that can be a good throwback race, old classic track, good,
Well, and Nashville is the finale now, so it's not like you have to worry about Laguna Seca being up for a finale race.
You know how many times I say something and Steven goes, I just said that. For once I can go, Steven, I just said that. Yes, exactly. I think those were all good ideas. Michigan, Laguna Seca, Indy.
Yeah.
Maybe a Milwaukee. That's also an old historic track, the mile.
Just bring back the Miller Lite car. That's all I want.
Ooh, what cars would you want?
The Miller Lite one.
Okay, I would go Target, Zanardi
Target.
Bolt.
The old yellow Pennzoil.
The Players.
The Players.
Oh, Players. That's a classic.
Ooh, the old Valvoline. That also would be a good one.
These two. Bring back.
I do like the Target one. Yes.
Yes.
The Marlboro.
Although we couldn't bring back the Marlboro though one.
No, you can bring
not
back
with
the look.
tobacco
Yes, you
stuff.
can. You don't have to bring back the sponsor, but you can bring back the look. Remember?
Yep.
True. Ooh, a Jägermeister one. That one looks cool.
Because McLaren did that Marlboro one at the Indy this year. Remember?
Yep.
But
the Miller High Life car looks really good.
That's a great one. Oh, I think there's an Apple one too. There's no other Apple one.
Yeah. But yeah, the Forsyth or Players ones. Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, the Players ones, 100%.
Bring Hinch back for one race and gloves.
Ooh, that'd be a good one. Again, there's so much potential. And even just look at I don't know, give me a random year in the 70s, like a 1973 Indy 500. Sure, go with that, and there's gonna be some good ones there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. The old STP one. That's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Even any of those, the looks back in the day were so simple.
But still so good. The GoDaddy cars.
Ooh. Is that really a retro at this point, or a throwback?
Yeah. It's, considering Danica Patrick raced it, yes, I'd say it's throwback.
Oh God.
Oof.
Yeah, there's some potential for an IndyCar throwback race, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Or go with the old, what was it? The old Sullivan winner, just the red IndyCar.
Whoa, there's a Wendy's car? Yeah.
Oh, the old Texaco cars also. Domino's car would be great.
Mm.
There's so many potentials.
So many good ones.
Yeah, I gotta stop looking at that or else I'm gonna be distracted.
I guess technically, McLaren could reach into any of the F1 McLaren liveries. Technically,
They
you could go
technically
down a
brought one over.
yeah.
Mhm.
But you could go down a rabbit hole there, like the McLaren West cars.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd bring that silver over.
Oh, silver and black.
The silver and black. Oh,
Yeah.
those were good cars.
There's so many nice
They
liveries.
looked really good behind the Ferrari red.
Honestly, I think the thing that was great about old liveries is simplicity of them.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
simplicity and just like a good sponsor. That's what made a car great.
Yeah.
Ooh, here's a good livery throwback. Home Depot, Tony Stewart. He did the Indy 500 in a Home Depot car. And this the orange. Oh, that'd be a good one.
That would be a good one.
One last IndyCar thing. I don't know if you guys saw this also. Augustine Canapino went to Argentina.
Yes.
Did like an event there. My God, were those fans absolutely rabid.
That's why IndyCar should get a race in South America.
I think you can. That's a hype
Or
video for IndyCar race.
Even Mexico. I'm
Yeah.
sure they go wild when Pato races.
Yeah, they really should. Get an Argentina race. Get a Mexico race. Start your calendar like that. Go Argentina, Mexico, Florida.
I feel like we talked about this.
I think so, but I think the ball is moving in that direction to get that started.
That would be great. I think that would be a wonderful addition to their calendar.
Yeah.
And you're hitting it at the opposite time as F1, so you're not challenged in any way.
Yep.
Mm.
I will say I have no idea what the weather's like around like early of the year. If that's a good time or a bad time.
It's going to be warmer than the northern US.
True.
So,
Well, that's their summer too in the south. So like
yeah.
it's
That's what I
going
mean.
into
Like,
the
it's
fall
going to be
maybe, and
it's going to be warmer. As long as you're not running it in like June, July in Mexico, you should be all right. Like, and think about when Brazil happens for F1, right? That's late in the year,
that's true.
right?
Yeah.
So you'd be doing like a late summer race there.
Yeah.
You can start the season in like, well, you hopefully wouldn't start in February, take a month off, then go to Long Beach and the southern road courses. But
And like, this is the thing. I don't think IndyCar is going to do it. Go to Argentina. Because
No.
it makes too much fucking sense.
exactly.
Like, if we've seen anything with IndyCar over the years, is that like hitting the slam dunk is not what they want to do. They want to do a stupid behind the back trick shot that goes off the rafters, bounces twice, hits an old lady in the front row, and then goes in and yeah. Shit like that. They are going for the stupid ass strategy, it seems, of we'll hit it out of the park one of these days with something and we'll just get popular out of nowhere versus go to where people want you. Go where you will have fans and have success and help grow your sport then. But they won't do it. Because they're afraid to spend money to make money.
Yes, 100%.
They'll say,
Well,
it's too expensive to travel. It's too much stress on the teams. Yada, yada, yada. Shut the fuck up.
The only hope now is that maybe the captain is running the ship and he's made his money back from COVID and says, okay, we have the bandwidth to do it now.
Have you seen any move by Roger Penske in IndyCar since he took over that is bold?
No, not really. The fact that he races at Indianapolis twice.
3
or
times.
I meant twice on
I
the.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good.
No.
And let's see. Also, growing the sport maybe through a video game could be a great idea. Oh, let's sign a contract with a company that's failing,
Yeah.
who's currently looking to get out from their NASCAR deal. IndyCar is not in a good place, and they keep making stupid ass moves because they're scared of actually trying something new.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking do it. Go to Argentina. Clearly you have a fan base there that'll support a driver, and they will come out. Because it doesn't matter what
Like, do
fucking country
something.
you're in. People like cars going around and big loud noises. Unless you live in like a big city on like the east or west coast, then usually you're pretentious about it. Nothing pisses me off more than people that complain of like Long Beach or Toronto anytime there's a race. People are like, it's so loud. You think the fucking people in Monaco bitch and complain about how loud it is every year? Nah,
Yeah,
they embrace the event.
It's also like, it's one weekend.
Yeah.
One weekend in the entire year. Get over it.
I can't wait for I think it's next week or 2 weeks where there's the air show in Toronto. And people are going to bitch and complain and be like, you're traumatizing people with weapons of war. It's like, it's a plane. It goes very loud. It's not necessarily traumatizing.
It doesn't even go burr.
It doesn't even go burr.
It's also
It just has a jet engine.
I also just love when people like assume that like other people have the same complaints as them.
Yeah.
But as long as they're the loudest voice in the room, that's how they get their complaints heard, even though they're kind of stupid sometimes.
Anyway, before we wrap up, last thing to do. Predictions for the weekend.
Oh, yes.
Of course.
We kind of went over our NASCAR ones and some guys we think are going to win. We have IndyCar and we have F1. So who actually wants to make a prediction that is not the obvious answers here?
You mean not Pillow or Verstappen?
I was going to say Newgarden and Verstappen.
Yeah, you can't say Newgarden.
Oh.
It's an oval
Okay.
this weekend.
Right? It's an oval.
Oh, right. It's an oval. Right.
So, can I say Pato for St. Louis?
So this is like for second place, right? We're guessing second place.
Basically.
No.
Okay.
Just doing
Fine.
well in general.
Top guys, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say Pato. He's sort of due for a good race here.
I want to
And
say
he's done
Scott
well.
McLaughlin.
Oh, that's an
McLaughlin.
interesting one.
You go Scott or Scott, really.
Yeah.
Okay. I like it.
I feel like Pillow is an obvious answer too.
Pillow is an obvious answer,
He'll
but
get it.
I
No
would
way.
honestly, yeah, he'll be top 5 at least. But I would hop on the Pato wagon because I think he's gonna have a good race. Like he did decently well. Like he does do decent at the oval. So Award, I think, might have a good run.
I'd take Rossi over Ward. But yeah, I could see one of the McLaren guys doing well.
Rossi's done well lately. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that.
Mm-hmm. Did anybody like notice how I didn't go for my usuals?
Ericsson or
Grosjean?
Grosjean? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we
We
finally
noticed.
learned for Grosjean.
Yeah, if you don't pick him,
Yeah.
Taylor, he actually finishes a race. It's kind of funny that way.
True. I will say though, Ericsson does do well at ovals, so
Ericsson's a
he's
good
also a
driver.
good-
I
he is a
do
really
like
good
him.
driver in IndyCar.
He's coming into his own for sure. And again, back to the whole him going to Andretti. Makes sense.
Mhm.
He deserves it.
Does make total sense. So what? F1. I'm almost getting tired of predicting F1 because the same thing happens every week.
Again, we're predicting the second
Yeah.
best.
I want Max Verstappen to have a flat tire at some point this race.
He can
Like
do
he
that
has
and
to have
still
bad
win.
luck. Okay. I guess Lewis
Taylor
maybe
picked
for
Lewis.
second.
I thought she hated Lewis.
I feel like I do, but like
But like, what are you gonna do? Pick a Ferrari? The Ferraris aren't gonna do well.
Go with Lewis. I think that's a good answer.
Lewis, and then maybe third.
I love how we're predicting second and third. Ah, I hate this season.
Piastri?
That's bold. I like it.
I'll go with bold. Also, that's what I picked in my like F1 play to try and win a trip to the to a GP in 2024. So we'll see.
That also costs you a kidney. Just to let you know.
Yeah, but if you win, you don't pay. They send you.
Ooh. But no, they still take your kidney.
Yes.
Don't pay in money.
If I'm gonna lose a kidney, I better be getting hundreds of thousands for it on the black market, you know?
I'm not touching that one. I mean, I've seen how much wine you can drink. They're probably not healthy. What?
What?
Yes.
I can drink maybe one glass before I'm like drunk.
Point proven.
That's what he mean. That's what he's talking about.
Okay. Just because I'm small and tiny and a lightweight doesn't mean my kidneys are not fine.
We'll see what happens when I try to sell them. Steven, predictions?
Well, we can't say Checo either, really, right? Because he's still racing for second. So okay, racing for third. I could see what the McLaren's coming out hot.
It's not guaranteed that Checo's going to get second, you know.
No, but the way the Red Bulls drive, doesn't
It's
matter where he
still
starts.
not
He has a good-
guaranteed.
No, but he has a good chance.
Does he?
Yes.
Okay.
I was going to say Checo third, but okay.
On the podium, either way, regardless.
It's just not guaranteed, but
That's
okay, I see your point.
But, yeah, I'll stick with one of the McLarens.
Pick
Probably
one.
Norris.
You must choose.
Probably Norris.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd pick Piastri over Norris at this point.
I'll be the fun one.
No, here we go. Okay. What?
Third.
Lance Stroll.
Oh, God.
It's the rain all weekend.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure I've seen that meme. It could be fake though.
It is
Third
probably
is going to be Checo.
I'll check.
Okay.
Second, Alonso.
Okay. Interesting, considering that Aston has really fallen off, but all right.
Listen, just gotta go for it. Maybe he does some weird like one-stop strategy or something, and everyone else does two.
Hey, you never know. Just go for it. Why not?
Yeah, random safety car helps him. Who knows?
It is supposed to rain.
I'll go Alonso.
Oh,
Stroll bins it. Oh, did you see,
Stroll bins it.
did you see the thing with Stroll? Apparently, is looking to give like. There's a rumor he wants to quit F1 to start a tennis career.
What?
I don't know how. I do not know how serious that is.
That can't be true.
I think
Go for it.
you're a little past your prime on that one, Lance.
That cannot be true. What is he looking to compete in Wimbledon? You're a little past the prime there.
I mean, he's 24. It's kind of young.
Pardon? He's 24?
You forget how long he has been in F1.
He joined it when he was 18.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. That's why I thought he was older.
Yeah, no, he's only 24.
My gosh. Wow. Okay, I just feel so old now, but all right.
And on that cheerful note, is that all we have?
Yes. Please.
Okay.
Talked about legal, and now I feel old, so that my brain is done with this.
Okay, well, on that note, thank you very much for listening to this week's episode. If you made it this far, that's all we have. We'll be back next week. Thank you, and goodbye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Spare Parts Racing Podcast. Remember to subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and follow the show on Twitter at Spare Parts Racing. That's Spare Parts RACIN, and on TikTok at Spare Parts Pod. Follow the hosts at Sean Chavarella, at Stephen Clary, and at Tay Moore.